Perfect. Perfect.
Yo, what is good, Sixers Nation? Welcome on in, man. You know what it is. Philly Take with RB. I am RB. Welcome on in to the show, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell so you don't miss any of the videos or live streams. You all have been incredible, man. Back with a birthday edition of the show. We had to. News dropping left and right. It's free agency week. We got you covered, man. Let's go. PJ Tucker, gonna be a Sixer. The Nets have imploded. What a birthday present. We will get into it all. Once again, everybody, Philly Take with RB. I'm RB. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We bring you the constant coverage that you need. Try to break it down from every angle. Appreciate everybody being out there, man. Shout out to all those in the chat with the birthday wishes. Much appreciated, man. Thank you to everybody who's been, coming through on Instagram and Twitter as well. Been trying to respond to all of them, man. I do appreciate it. If you guys are not yet following the Instagram page, do it right now at Philly Take with RB on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter at RB Philly Take. We're constantly talking over there, breaking it down, having a good time, man. Welcome on in, everybody. 140 in the chat. Do me a favor. Hit that like button. Let's push this content around. How are we feeling, man? How are we feeling? Shout out to the channel members. If you guys want to support the channel, become a member, get exclusive perks, or send a super chat, Venmo, Cash App, all the links down below in the description. We have some good things to talk about. It's been an interesting last couple days. You know, I've been out enjoying myself, doing my thing. Now it's a gloomy day. Perfect day to talk about the NBA. And what a better way to celebrate my birthday than watching everything we said come true. Watching the Nets implode. I mean, it's been a good day, man. It's been a good day. It's been a beautiful day, man. Welcome on in, everybody. We got Rasan up in the chat. Grace, Speed Demon. We got X-Man Eric, Chiquita, Mars, Stink, NXR, Dr. Russ, Latif, Austin. Thank you guys, man. I really do appreciate all the kind wishes. Once again, we'll be talking about this Sixers news. We'll have some fun talking about the Nets. And we will hit the phone lines, guys. We will hit the phone lines. And we'll take a couple callers later on in the show. But where do we start, man? Where do we start? You know where we have to go, man. You know where we have to go. That is right. A few days ago, more updates on the PJ Tucker news. Here is what Marc Stein originally put out a couple days ago. This was an article, a quote from the article. Shout out to Austin Krell. It says, numerous rival teams, meanwhile, say with more conviction now than they did last week when I first reported it that they expect PJ Tucker to land in Philadelphia on a 3-year, $30 million deal in free agency. If Pat Riley's Heat could find a way to re-sign Tucker, that would definitely surprise some people. It seems increasingly safe to at least pencil in a Harden-Tucker reunion into a Sixers offseason that already features the draft day acquisition of DeAnthony Melton from Memphis. Philly expected to continue exploring trade scenarios that feature Tobias Harris and Matisse Thybulle. Okay, so we're making some traction here. After the draft night trade, we were left wondering, how will the Sixers pull this off? Well, it's easy. As I said on the post-draft recap video, shout out to the people that have been tuning into the videos. Much appreciated. You know, there's only one of two ways to go about this. You either dump Thybulle and Korkmaz, or you move Tobias Harris. Now, I've been predicting that Tobias is going to get traded. I think that is how you create future flexibility. You free up this team the next couple years, and you give them the best shot to go and win. It's nothing against Tobias. If he remains here, will I be frustrated? No, because I think Tobias does bring an element to this team. Unfortunately, as we know, he's not really worth a max contract, and that's just where we are at. That's where it lies. So the Sixers need to go out and find somebody that they can either dump his contract onto, or maybe try to acquire a player back, maybe get a third team involved, get some mixing and matching going. As Daryl Morey said last year at the trade deadline, it takes more than two to tango. So that's kind of where we're at with it. But this was the original report. And then going even forward today, we have another update onto this. Marc Stein puts out an updated article. There have been a lot of things going on today, but essentially we're all waiting to see what James Harden decides to do. Because if you're not aware, it is June 27th, and on June 29th, he needs to decide whether he's going to opt in or opt out of his player option and try to sign the couple-year extension. Now, the expectation is that James Harden will opt out of the $47.4 million option, and he will go and sign a 3-year extension for lower money. That will give him more years guaranteed, more security, and that will also give the Sixers more flexibility to try to go out and sign a guy like PJ Tucker. Now, of course, Daryl Morey's going to have to maneuver some things. Pieces are going to have to get moved, and, it's going to take some legwork. But if they can get things going, where we're at right now is the Sixers look like they are interested in PJ Tucker. It looks like there's mutual interest. The former reunion, James Harden, PJ Tucker, Daryl Morey. It makes sense, right? And the money's there. A lot of people are worried about giving him a big contract, 3 years, given the fact he's 37. Fact of the matter is, there's not a lot of options on the free agent market. I'm sure Daryl has explored some trades. He picked up DeAnthony Melton, who I've come around, and he's going to be a decent role player, but is he a game changer? Has he been in the big moments? Has he been in the big games? I don't know what he's going to look like in those moments. I'm not saying, he's not one of the best players we have on the bench. I'm not saying he's not going to help us. What I'm saying is we need more. In my opinion, as Sixers fans, we need to expect the max. We need to, expect ourselves to be up here. We need to be in those conversations about being one of the quality teams, because who knows how many more shots we have at this? Who knows how many more shots we have with this core, given the injury history, given what we've done. So we got to go out here and make something happen. And it looks like PJ Tucker, a guy who's won a championship now, who has some chemistry with these guys, could be a realistic option. I'm not mad at it at all. He was one of the best catch and shoot players in the league last year, can spot up in the corner, brings that grit. He'll get all up on someone. I like it, man. I like it. Appreciate all the birthday wishes in the chat, guys. See them coming through, man. Yes, it is my birthday. Had to come on here for a quick stream and have some fun, man. So thank you guys for being here. We got almost 300 in the building. Hit that like button, man. We'll be covering everything. But here's a quote from the article. Shout out to my guy Harrison. He says, quote, "Sources insisted again Sunday that it would be very surprising at this point if the anticipated Harden, Tucker, and Morey reunion in Philadelphia collapses." So just like when the first report came out, man, it seems like we are progressing here towards a PJ Tucker signing. And I can't be mad at that. We want this Sixers team to have more veteran experience. We want them to have guys who know how to win. This is your chance. And I know everybody's caught up on it's a former Rockets player. It's a former Daryl Morey guy. Who cares? Who cares? It's a guy that's available. He's a, solid option, better than anybody else I've seen on the market. So why not? So if people are out there complaining about PJ Tucker, give me an alternative. Give me an alternative. Call into the show. Give me some thoughts. But I feel like as Sixers fans, we do one of two things sometimes. Sometimes we overrate players. We get a DeAnthony Melton and we act like he's going to be the next coming of Jordan Clarkson, which I'm not saying he's not going to be. I want to see what Melton can do. I'm excited to see that kid play, bring some of that athleticism. But I still think we need more. I think we need at least 1 to 2 more pieces off the bench. And the other thing we do is we look at these guys and we say, oh, nope. Okay, who do you want? We have to be realistic here. We have to look at who's on our team, how much flexibility we have at the current time. So it's going to take a lot. It's going to take a combined effort here. But I think Daryl Morey is finally trying to change the culture a little bit. We heard the quotes that came out after the playoff series. We heard the things that were said. It was not good. It was not good. So I wouldn't be mad at it. And here's a follow-up quote from that article. Shout out to my guy Harrison again. He says, one key option to note that Harden possesses is declining next year's $47.4 million option to ultimately sign a 3-year deal with the Sixers in free agency that starts at a lower number and helps create some extra flexibility for Philadelphia to help facilitate the PJ Tucker signing. Now, again, James Harden said after the playoff series that, this is what he wants to do. He wants to help the team out. He said, I'll be back and I will do what it takes to help this team get better. Well, here's your chance. Let's see what he does. I've seen videos of James Harden getting cardio in. We've been posting them on the Instagram. I've been seeing him working. What are you going to do to help this team create more flexibility? At your age, 32 years old, going to be 33, do you want to win bad? Are you willing to sacrifice, especially when you didn't look that good, to help this team get better? I mean, the answer should be yes, but, we'll have to wait and see how it goes, man. We'll have to wait and see how it goes, but that's kind of where we're at. And one more thing to note here. Oh, wait, no, not that. That's gonna be the next part of the show. We're going to have a good time with that. Brian Toprick, shout out to him. He does great work, man. Been keeping up with him. He put out a snippet from the article as well. By the way, Marc Stein, great job on this, covering it all. And let's read this together. So if Harden opts out and takes less than the max, that opens more pathways for the Sixers to get the non-tax mid-level exception, which is what we have been talking about. And we'll see if James Harden is willing to do that. Andrew, thank you for the birthday wishes, man. And shots by Shad, my guy, Philly Shad. Appreciate that, man. Great channel member in the house. Holy King, thank you for that, man. Appreciate everybody in here. 400 in the chat, guys. Do me a favor. Hit that like button. You guys have been killing it, man. We're taking this thing to bigger heights. I promise you, man. Actually, let me leave that zoomed out so you can see it. But here's another part from the article. So it says, the mystery stems from the form that the new deal takes. That's really what we're waiting to see. Once again, June 29th is when we will, see the decision. That's when we'll see the decision. And he says, I've been writing for days about the growing belief among rival teams that the Sixers will get PJ Tucker. It's a common belief now amongst the league here in the Eastern Conference, and a 3-year deal with a $30 million range. And he talks about the Harden thing to help facilitate the Tucker signing. Sources insisted again Sunday it would be very surprising if the anticipated Harden-Tucker Morey reunion collapses. So once again, guys, it sounds very likely that this is going to happen. Now, $10 million, in my opinion, is a hefty price for PJ Tucker. But we need to think about this logically, okay? Think about a guy like Danny Green. He signed a 2-year deal last year. Unfortunately, he got hurt in one of the worst situations possible. But Daryl Morey had the second year as a team option. Do you think for 1 minute that PJ Tucker is going to have all 3 years of his deal guaranteed at ages 38, 39, and 40? Let's think about that for a second. Danny Green is in his mid-30s. Not even. PJ Tucker is going to approach 40. And he looked like he could still play. For the people that say he's old and he's slow, well, he out-hustled our entire team in the playoffs. Why is that? He's got this. He's got this. That's what we need. That's what we need. The question is, will Daryl Morey find a trade partner for Tobias Harris? Obviously, it's been known that he's shopping him. Will Tobias Harris get moved? That is the biggest question. If not, will you be able to shift Thibault and or Korkmaz and find a suitable trade package, maybe a 3-team deal where moving parts are going and salaries are matching? Because let me tell you something. I know we got younger. We got more athletic with DeAnthony Melton. Perfectly fine. But you still need to add another dog on this team that has been around the game. And that is PJ Tucker. It is really the prized option right now. Not because PJ Tucker is the greatest player in the world, but again, we broke down each position's free agency. We have it all on a playlist here on the channel. You could check it out. There are some guys you could get on discounts. Are they going to put you over the top? I don't even know if PJ Tucker would put us over the top, but I know he'd make us better. So that's kind of how I'm feeling, man. Packy, thank you for that, man. I appreciate the birthday wishes. 433 in the house. Hit that thumbs up, guys. Much love. Appreciate you being here. If you want to call into the show, by the way, and give your thoughts, we have some callers on the line already. 508-924-3784. Once again, 508-924-3784. How do you feel about PJ Tucker? What should the Sixers do? Will James Harden take a lower amount of money and opt out of the player option? What will happen? Well, let's go ahead and let's get a caller on the line, man. Let's go get a caller on the line. We got Syed on the line. Syed, what's going on, man?
Hey, how are you doing?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, nothing much. Is this the call for Philly Take? Or
you're on, man. What's going on, bro?
Nothing much here. So, what are you guys talking about right
now? We're talking about James Harden and PJ Tucker. What do you think? Yay or nay?
Oh, man, easy. I think James Harden, PJ Tucker, that's a big yay, 100%. 100%. Just because when they were together in Houston, I mean, one of the, I think, deadliest offensive plays in the league at that time, were in that run that they had against the Warriors was, the James Harden, drive and kick to PJ Tucker in the corner. And this guy's a reliable corner three-point shooter who can play defense at a high level and rebound for his size. And that's really hard to find nowadays.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's one of the most suitable options out there. There's apparent mutual interest. I mean, it makes sense. Like you said, they had that chemistry. PJ Tucker might even be able to, get under James Harden's skin if he's not playing up to par,
Well, 100%. We've seen James Harden throughout the summer. I mean, I don't know if they've talked about it in the media lately, but he's been working his ass off in the summer. Looks like he's dropped a couple pounds and he's in shape. And PJ Tucker, works hard, and I'm sure he'll get everybody working hard, especially the younger guys who need that kick, somebody to, ignite their fuse, you could say.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this whole team needs that. We saw what happened in the playoffs, and it was not pretty. We heard the things that were said. There was just something missing, man. I think Tucker would be able to contribute to that, no doubt.
Oh, for sure. Having a dog like PJ Tucker, I mean, I think every team has one. The Warriors have Draymond. The Heat, they have Jimmy Butler. I mean, if you want to run a championship, unless you have somebody who's willing to get down and dirty, you're not going to win. It's as simple as that.
Yep. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Shout out to you for the call, man. Appreciate it. PJ Tucker to me seems like a guy, and I saw someone in the chat say, you're also taking him away from a potential Eastern Conference rival, which is very important as well. It's interesting. It's weird because I feel like tampering doesn't even exist anymore. It's kind of just like we're days before free agency, we're a week before free agency, and we're already hearing like PJ Tucker is essentially trying to work out terms with the Sixers. It's interesting. It's very interesting. But I mean, I wouldn't be mad at it. I know Morey's trying his best. I know he is. Let's go to 717. What's going on, 717?
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
What's good with you?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good. How do you feel about the PJ Tucker trade?
Well, we just talked about it, man. You know, I think it would be a good move. I think it would be a quality move. Might be a bit of an overpay, but, you know, it's something that we need. It's an element we're missing, in my opinion. All right, caller left. Let's go to Mike. Mike, 518. What's going on, Mike?
What's going on?
Hey, Mike, what's up, man?
Just wanted to chime in. I got the feed on. I noticed it's a couple seconds behind.
Yeah, could you mute that a little bit?
Yeah, I'll mute the TV. Hold up.
Awesome. Thank you, man.
Yeah, yes, sir. All right, yeah, so I didn't expect to get in so quickly, and I was kind of prepping what I was going to say, but big Sixer fan here, upstate New York, Saratoga Springs. I got Knicks fans everywhere, so I just love to see them continue to fail, take L's over and over.
How about that draft? How about
but yeah,
that?
man, Sixer fan, tried and true, from grandpa down to dad down to me. But anyway, you know, I've been watching everything. You know, you go deep down the depths of you know, YouTube. Anyway, Kevin Durant, right? I just want to get your thoughts on that. You know, with Tobias and his monstrous 2 years, 180 mil. Durant's got 4 years. I didn't check the financials, but I mean, Daryl Morey's, he said it in his presser the other day. He's win now, and he has been since he's gotten here. You got to tell me you can't not be salivating a little bit with the idea of KD, Joel. I know they had a little bit of beef in Brooklyn, but I'm just going to chalk that up to Kyrie being a nut job. I love the guy on the court, but you know, we've seen the issues over and over. So I didn't know if you had any sources, any inside sources, anything like that, or anything about KD.
Yeah, no sources. Definitely something we're about to get into here, but you know, I don't think there would be any beef between KD and Joel Embiid. I know a lot of people are going with the hot stove topic of the day, right? Because the Nets are imploding, which is great. I would welcome KD any day of the week. My question would be, what do you give up for KD? Would he actually want to come here? Would the Sixers be able to get it done? That's a tough question, right? I mean, it would be very hard. Do the Sixers ever get a guy like KD? But if there was any possibility, I think Kevin Durant and Joel Embiid, that would probably be one of the most unstoppable forces that I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah. And the beef in question was with KD and James, not Joel, you know, because of everything in Brooklyn. Another big note on that, too, is when Harden left, I don't know if you watched the draft, the All-Star draft, but Durant refused to pick Harden on his team. And you know how the old saying goes, you know, if you don't care for somebody, then you don't, you know, care what they do. You don't get mad at what they do. So I think they're still homies. You know, it would have to be a package centered around Tobias. You know, Keith has been on the chopping block. You know, throw him in there for good measure. They probably want Maxey too. So,
yeah.
You know, Jaden Springer, you're up. Or it's just a lot more, you know, D'Anthony Mellon and whatever else we can shake out of this. But
yeah.
I appreciate the time, man. I know you got a show to run. It was cool calling through and being able to talk to you. I watched a lot of Run It Back Philly, a lot of sports talk with bros, and I feel you're the next one up, man. So keep doing your thing. I'm subscribed, and I watch you as much as I can, as much as an insurance agent can. So appreciate the good stuff, brother.
I love it. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it, Mike. Much love to New York, man. Appreciate it. We got more callers. We'll get to them a little later, but appreciate Mike coming in all the way from New York. I love his take about the Knicks fans too. It's hilarious. 517 in the chat, guys. Hit that thumbs up for me, man. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to ring that bell, man. We have a lot of coverage coming. Now we got to get into the little more humorous part of the show. We got to get into the little more humorous part of the show. He was just, you know, great segue there from Mike talking about the Kevin Durant thing. And I'm sure we'll have some callers, man, talking about this. So it's just funny to me, man. It's funny because, you know, obviously it's my birthday, and, you know, just for the Nets to implode on this day, it made my day. It absolutely made my day. It's great, man. It's great. First off, let's just go ahead and let's go listen to this video clip real quick. Let's go listen to these 2 video clips, and then we'll talk a little bit, all right? So let's go here. So Kyrie Irving was asked if he wants to be a Brooklyn Net. Now, I don't know where this is at. Complex interview, I guess. Let's hear this.
On my job if I didn't ask this question. So, you know, go ahead. Do you want to be a Brooklyn Nets still? Pass it to my left. Lead the league in assists. Kyrie, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask this question. So, you know, go ahead. Do you want to be a Brooklyn?
So, absolutely passes up a question. Absolutely passes up the question, okay? And then we have Brian Windhorst on ESPN today. It was reported by Woj that Kyrie Irving has requested a sign and trade, or he's at least talked to the Nets about potential partners. There was a list put out a couple days ago. For some reason, the Sixers were on that list. I'll tell you right now, that will never happen. There's no way that will happen. But apparently, there has been more traction. Kyrie Irving, according to Woj, is looking to get out of Brooklyn. And with that, Kevin Durant might also be interested in leaving Brooklyn. And it's being reported that Kyrie Irving wants to go to the Los Angeles Lakers to reignite with LeBron James. Now, in my personal opinion, that makes absolutely no sense. One, because Kyrie left LeBron in Cleveland because he was, young and just, I guess, a little immature. He probably had the best chance to continue winning in Cleveland, wanted his own team. Now everywhere else he's gone, it's turned to flames. And you look at Kyrie Irving and things have not gone well for him. Now the problem is Kyrie Irving wants to sign and trade. He wants to get, a 3, 4, 5-year contract, but there are no trade partners according to Woj because nobody wants to pay Kyrie Irving more than a season because Kyrie, on the snap of a fingertip on a Tuesday afternoon after breakfast could hop on a plane and go to another country. Like he's not, predictable. Okay. And, he has other things he's interested in. He's just a different character. I'm not going to say whether it's good or bad. All I'm going to say is that you can't really rely on Kyrie Irving. But apparently Kyrie wants to go to the Lakers, wants to be in Showtime. And there are rumors that Kyrie is willing to take a 1-year, $6 million option for the MLE and then hopefully sign an extension next year. That's a big bet. He would have to be on his game. He needs to be pitch perfect. But anyway, this comes out earlier today from Brian Windhorst, and I'll let you take a listen.
There right now that they are prepared to lose both Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. They would rather lose them both than go through what they went through last season, which was a miserable season under the situation that Kyrie Irving contributed to creating. The Nets saying the Nets.
Let's go.
Happy birthday, right? Yo, this is just it's great to me. There's multiple reasons. We'll take it layer by layer, okay? And then we'll get to the phone lines. Shout out to Mr. Roddy Poo with the $5 donation. Thank you for the super chat. It says, just imagine a world where the NBA PA vice president opts out of $36 million to sign for $6 million lockout season. So we have, 614 in the chat. Welcome on in, everybody. If you're new to this channel, be sure to subscribe. But, months ago, fellas like myself, and I'm not here to pump out my chest, but people like me sat up here every day after the whole Ben Simmons thing. I covered the entire Ben Simmons thing beginning to end. And I tried to tell you at the end of it, when the trade happened, that first off, I said Ben Simmons was not going to play the rest of the season. People in the media, right? And there's this whole thing going on right now with the new media, the old media. That's a different conversation. But I sat up here and tried to tell you just how I felt. And I caught fire for it for a long time. People said that I was, unfair to Ben Simmons' character, to Kyrie, all this stuff. Like, I'm just telling you how I feel. And I didn't think Ben was going to play the rest of the year. And while I watched Brooklyn Nets fans talk about why James Harden was the biggest problem in the world, he was the problem child. He was coming to practices late. He was, not trying. He was out 2 a.m. the previous night. all that kind of stuff. And fellas like myself and DJ Eastwood and all these people sat up here and said, nah, like, you know, Kyrie's one of the issues and Ben Simmons is the other issue. And my take was that not only would Ben Simmons not play, but I said Kyrie was going to leave this summer. Well, they actually topped me because now Kevin Durant might leave. And I know the Brooklyn Nets fan base isn't that strong, right? The depth of it. I know they tried to establish something there, Jay-Z, all that stuff. But for the diehard Nets fans, and I do know one. I know one in real life. He's actually a diehard Nets fan. He was pissed when the Nets traded for Kyrie Irving. All right. And years back when they traded their entire haul of assets for like 4 to 5 years for Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett. And then they traded the D'Los and the Karis LeVerts and the Jared Allens. And they get Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. And at the trade deadline, I was put through the ringer. You don't know what you're talking about. James Harden will quit. Ben Simmons is going to look fantastic with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. And the best one of them all, the Nets are going to the finals. The Nets are going to the finals. Look, again, I'm just here to give my opinion. And you're telling me 4 months later, Ben Simmons will finally have his own team. Ben Simmons is finally going to have his own team. That's what he wanted. The Nets are left out of everything with Ben Simmons. Let me tell you something, man. I've nailed this entire thing to a T. The next thing I'm going to say is my next take on it. I don't think Ben Simmons is going to play for a portion of this coming season. And you know what the craziest part about it is I don't want to talk about the Nets. Does anybody? I slowly started to watch their fan base turn on that team and on Ben Simmons. Why? Because they got swept in the first round. You got swept with Kevin Durant on your team. He is one of the greatest players I've ever seen. And yes, he did struggle. It was his fault as well. But Kyrie Irving played every fourth game. He couldn't play at home. There was no chemistry. And we tried to tell you that they were not going to go far. They got swept out of the first round. And the cherry on top is that Ben Simmons sat up at a press conference and told people that he was going to play in game 3 and that he was going to play in game 4. And then what happened? He didn't. And people around that organization, you heard the murmurs, right? They said he quit on the team without even playing. What I'm saying is that the Sixers will have a chance to run it back with James Harden. It may work, it may not. But let's look back at that trade. The Brooklyn Nets have absolutely imploded, and it is at the feet of Ben Simmons and Kyrie Irving, as I predicted. And Kyrie Irving cannot be trusted. Like, I don't think he can be trusted to play an entire season. Will Ben Simmons ever even play again? I don't know. But this is just crazy, man. I didn't expect it to implode like this. And I'm out here just having a field day. What a birthday present to watch that. And all the net invaders. I call them the net warriors. Get it? Internet nets. They were coming through these channels, man. They were loud. They were hectic. You wait and see what this team is going to be. I will tell you right now, I'll cap it off with this. The Brooklyn Nets are the biggest failure of a super team of all time. Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and Ben Simmons. Nothing to show for it. They played 12 games together, I think it was. That's wild. That's wild. Kevin Durant's toe touched that line, and things were never the same. And they got swept out of the first round. And you know how this relates to the Sixers? They own our first round pick next year, and they're going to need it. They're going to need it. They are going to absolutely need that pick, and they're going to be hoping for us to do as bad as possible. The problem is, as long as we stay healthy, the Sixers are going to be a good regular season team. But the Brooklyn Nets have imploded, and it's just a funny day for me. It's hilarious, and they have become the laughingstock of the league today. Go on Twitter, look around. And now people are talking about, where's Kevin Durant going? Where is he going, man? It's just crazy. I didn't expect it to boil down like this. Look at this, man. Could Kevin Durant come to the Philadelphia 76ers? Like I said to the caller, Mike, man, the Sixers and Kevin Durant. I don't think it'll happen. I don't think there'd ever be a chance. But if there was ever a way to get Kevin Durant and Joel Embiid on the same team, that would be the greatest force I've ever seen. That would be the craziest duo I've ever seen. It's unstoppable. How do you stop Kevin Durant and Joel Embiid? Here's the answer. You don't. You don't. Now, for the people wondering, because I put out a tweet, let me see if I can pull up this tweet. Excuse me. Let me see if I can find this tweet. I put out a tweet a little while ago. Once again, follow me on Twitter at RBPhillyTake. We have 670 in the chat, guys. You're insane. Hit that like button, man, and subscribe. Appreciate all the birthday wishes coming through. I put out a tweet a little while ago and I said, what is your potential Kevin Durant trade package? I wanted to see what people were saying. And I'm just going to read through a couple because I didn't even look at it yet. Let's see. Because honestly, there's not really a trade package. I mean, obviously the Nets would not have a lot of leverage, but like, who are you going to trade for Kevin Durant? Are they going to take Tobias Harris? Probably not. What are they going to reunite Ben and Tobias in Brooklyn? And Seth? They might as well trade Seth now. They may as well bring him back, ship him back, overnight delivery. I mean, come on, man. KD to Philly says anything besides a B. Look, people are changing their name. KD to Philly. Sixers fans are incredible, man. They're incredible, man. I'd hate to say it, but I'd package a deal with Tyrese Maxey. Would you guys give off Maxey? I probably would. That's one of the players I would. I mean, Kevin Durant and Joel Embiid. That'd be nuts. That'd be nuts. J Abs, what's going on, man? If KD ended up in Philly, we'd win a chip. Absolutely. Absolutely. David, thank you for that, man. Thank you. Kevin, appreciate that, man. Allison, thank you for the kind wishes. Appreciate, guys. Everybody up in here. We talked about PJ Tucker. We'll circle back to that. I just want to get some quick thoughts on this Kevin Durant thing. I don't think it'll ever happen. But then again, I wouldn't be surprised because so many stars are teaming up with each other. For some reason, Kevin Durant has this motivation to prove that he can do it somewhere else. He should have never left Golden State. But, you know, if Kevin Durant's looking at Philly and maybe him and Kyrie don't have the best relationship, I don't know what's going on. How does Ben Simmons feel that every other guy on the team wants to leave? Lot to unpack here. J-Ab's member for 6 months is how about getting Harrison Barnes for Tobias? That's definitely something I have heard whispers of. I don't know if that really moves the needle. You know, does that really make us 10 times better? I don't know. I mean, Harrison Barnes does get paid a lot as well. Maxey, 3 first-rounders, and another young player. Is that even enough? What is the structure for a Kevin Durant trade package? All I know is that the Nets are in a world of trouble. They are. Tobias, Furkan, and Matisse. Hey, sign me up. Sign me up. Sign me up, man. Tyrese, Tobias, Matisse, Niang, and draft pick swaps. I like how in-depth these trades are. Like, this is going to get a Kevin Durant trade done. But as Dre says here, there's no such way. I don't know if there is a way, man. I don't know if there's a way, but very funny to me, man. But I mean, it looks like the Nets might lose both of them. They might. And crazy times we've come to, man. Crazy times. We're almost at 200 likes, guys. Hit that like button, man, for the birthday boy. Be sure to subscribe if you're new. Ring the bell, man. Appreciate everybody being in here. Thank you all. Let's get some thoughts on everything going on here. Let's go to Joe, 609. Joe, what's going on, Joe?
Hey, how's it going, RB?
Hey, what's up, Joe?
So, yeah, happy birthday, number one.
Thank you, man.
And number two, I don't see them getting Kevin Durant.
Nah, that's not happening.
And would you really want to get rid of Maxey? I mean, yeah, if it guarantees a chip, or two, but then think about how high Maxi's ceiling is for how long it'll last.
True. I mean, I do think Kevin Durant and Joel Embiid would make an NBA Finals, but I do agree with you that Tyrese Maxey, I believe, has superstar potential written on the wall. So, I mean, it's definitely something you got to think about.
Yeah, absolutely. It would be hard not to do it.
Yeah.
It would be hard not to
Right.
do it.
I mean, it's
KD
Kevin
and Joel
Durant.
together would be the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. Could you imagine Kevin Durant
man.
and Joel? Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, like you said, it would be the most unstoppable force that anyone in our generation's witnessed. That's for sure.
Oh, absolutely, man.
And as far as Harden, I've heard you bring this up, but I don't know why everyone's. I mean, I get him not being in shape, but if anyone has ever known anyone to have a hamstring issue or has ever had one themselves, it's not like you just pop right back up and you're what you were.
Oh, exactly.
Exactly. Before he re-injured it, he was in early MVP talks with the Nets.
Right. And that's a really good point. Like, there's no telling whether he'll be the same. I don't think he needs to be that kind of guy. But what I do know is that I'd much rather be in this position with a chance to at least give him a shot, right? Rather than where the Nets say are at, right? Like,
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I don't understand is, maybe it's because he was just such a fantastic scorer and that's what people think about. But when Chris Paul goes out and has a 13 to 15 point game with double digit assists and his team wins by 15, everyone calls him the point guard and talks about how good he is.
Exactly.
If James Harden does this same thing, they're like, oh, he's washed and can't score anymore.
Yeah, it's a Philly thing. And it's crazy. It was really crazy to me, like the reception of Philly fans, because I feel like people were just so on edge with the whole Ben Simmons thing that they expected things to just mesh to a perfect level right away, when in fact, there hasn't been a trade like that midseason where it's just going to all come together. I mean, we saw it at the beginning. It looked great, but they only really played 20 to 30 games together, right? Maybe an offseason will do some justice.
Yeah, it's not like they've been together for years and worked everything out. And plus, then you add in Doc Rivers, who it's like he has a meeting with the other team's coach and asks them, what's the best way I can help you beat us? And then he does it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Doc's going to have to, he's going to have to adjust.
DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. He's going to have to adjust, man, no doubt. But it'll be interesting, man.
But yeah, I just wanted to say those couple things. And yeah, I'm more up on Harden than a lot of people. But like, if he comes back and doesn't do good at all, then, that's one thing. But I think his facilitating skills and his passing are vastly underrated by the fans.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And shout out to you for the call, Joe. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, I mean, Joe's exactly right. He's spot on. Like, you give him a shot. If it doesn't work, it's going to be tough. Either way, it's going to be tough the next couple years with the Toby contract, if it's still here, with James Harden. All right, you're going to have to pay Maxey. What are we going to do with Thibault? Are we going to pay him? There's a lot of questions, but you have to optimize, and this gives you the best shot if he comes back healthy. If he does not, you might have to move off it. But for now, I mean, are there a lot of options? Are there? I don't know. Let's go to Devin. Devin, what's going on, man? Devin going once. Going twice. And he wasn't ready. Guys, you got to be ready, man. I'm popping on people. We're going rapid fire. You got to be ready with the takes, man. Sean Quigg with the $5 donation. Thank you, my man. Says this team has not won anything in 30 years. If you have a chance to get a player of KD's caliber, you take the chance, win now, and worry later. You are spot on, my man. If we have a chance to get Kevin Durant, and I hear someone talking about, oh well, Furkan Korkmaz has upside or Matisse, like, come on, man, come on, Kevin Durant, come on, man. Sean is exactly right, and I agree with him. I agree with him on that. All right, let's go to the 501. 501, what's going on? You're on the line.
Hey, RB.
Hey, what's going on?
How you doing, man?
What's your name?
It's Mr. Hoover here.
Mr. Hoover.
I just want to say I'm laughing too. I mean, man, this is bad for the Nets. This is really, really bad.
Where let me ask you something, Mr. Hoover. Where are they at? Like all the, like, it seemed like there were a lot of converted Nets fans. Where did they go? Where are they, man? I'm laughing it up.
They went bye-bye.
They went bye-bye, man. All right, what'd you got?
The thing is, with that I'm thinking about is that, I'm going to shift to something that I've mentioned. I've called in DJ's channel a few times. I'm really looking forward to this next CBA. I really am looking forward to it. Mark my words, there will be no more long-term deals. It might be 3-year deals max.
Yeah. You ready for the Ben Simmons clause? It's coming.
It is, because you know what? You have to play. I mean, we're not asking you to go through a war zone here. We're asking you to tie your shoes and play basketball.
Yeah. It's
if it was you or me, we would do it. I'm sorry for interrupting, but if it was you or me, we would do it in a heartbeat.
You're absolutely
for way
right.
less than Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving is making. I would sign up right now. Give me $300,000. I'm okay. Give me $100,000. I'm okay.
Dude, it's a crazy time nowadays in this generation of players. It's just absurd, man. $30 million left on the table. You want that money without playing. And if I was an owner, obviously you're making a lot of money, but I don't want to pay a guy $20-30 million for not doing anything, especially when they're hurting my business. They're hurting my sales, my team not winning, making me more money. I mean, come on, man. They're going to adjust it a lot. I agree.
Right. I think going forward, there's going to be some individual pieces going forward. Like I said, 3-year deals. There needs to be a thing in place where, I hate to say this, you have to show up to work. It's ridiculous. You're a grown man. You should know how to work a job at this point.
It's crazy. And that's just why the Ben Simmons thing is just unreal to me. And it's just a Philly thing to happen. But I've just never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like it. And I won't believe that he's going to play until I see it.
It's interesting right now. I can't imagine how Kevin Durant's feeling right now. I left the Warriors. I was winning championships. Everyone criticized me for winning championships. And I love Stephen A. Smith. He said it was the weakest move by a superstar. He goes to Brooklyn, and he played 12 games with guys.
12?
I can't imagine what's going. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. I thought you said it was
right.
what, they played 12 games?
No, you're right. But I'm saying 12 games. That is absurd. You got that many stars. You got that star power. They played 12 games. That is unreal to me.
I wonder what Kevin's going to do right now. I don't think he's going to Philly. I don't think there's no chance with that. I know Damian Lillard, he was trying to recruit him back, but I don't think the Portland Trailblazers are close to winning a championship right now, so that's probably out.
Oh, yeah.
As far as Philadelphia goes in this offseason, I think there's some good quality players that we can make a run in a championship for sure. You don't need Mr. Superstar to come in there and just do what you need. You need good quality dog role players like TJ Tucker.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I don't get why everybody's freaking out about PJ Tucker. But before I get you off the line, man, give me one other player that you're thinking of, or maybe you could go out and make an underrated trade, anything like that.
Well, we need size right now. I don't know about this guy. I want to get your thoughts. Boban gives me Thibault, Springer, or Boban. He can rebound and increase our rebound numbers and play backup center.
I think Boban's going to get bought out actually of Houston, so he'd probably be a free agent. I would personally not go for Boban because apparently, according to what Daryl Morey said, he's going to try to force Doc to play the young guys. I would rather go with athleticism. But I do get the rebounding portion of it. We need to be much better on the boards,
We need a power forward, I think, for sure, and a small forward.
Yep.
Maybe Ben McLemore is available. He shot well from 3. Give him a shot.
Yeah. Hey, we'll see, man. Hopefully we make some moves, man. And I think a trade could come soon and really reshape the structure of this team. But, hey, I appreciate the call, my man.
All right, no problem, dude. God bless.
Thank you, man. All right, we'll go rapid fire. Couple more before we get on out of here. Let's go 803. 803, who are you? Where are you coming in from, man? 803, what's going on?
How are you doing? My name is Jason Winningham.
What's up,
I'm
Jason?
from Orangeburg, South Carolina.
Okay, Sixers fan?
And I heard you have your birthday, so happy birthday.
Thank you, man. Sixers fan in Carolina?
I've been a 76ers.
Let's go.
If you got the stream on muted a little bit in the back, but I said Sixers fan from South Carolina?
Yeah, South Carolina.
Awesome, man.
Now, I've been a Sixer fan for a long time.
Awesome.
And it's been a long time since I watched that game on TV in 1983 of us finally winning the trophy and extinguishing the Lakers that night.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I agree. We need a guy like P.J. Tucker, and I would like to get Andre Drummond back, but also hopefully Daryl Morey can get us the wings. We lack wing players, and we lack athletic,
Yeah, athletic players. Yeah, absolutely.
Athletic players. That's something we desperately in need of. We have a Maxey who can take off down the court, but unless you have a wing guy, and I don't know what you would have to do to trade a Tobias Harris and get something, comparable for him. I would love a Harrison Barnes, but I would also love for us to bring in athletic power forward, the guy from the guy with the foot injury for the Indiana Pacers,
T.J. Warren.
So hopefully Daryl Morey can find the necessary pieces. You don't need 3 and 4 superstars. You already got 3 superstars. You got Tyrese Maxey. That's number 3. Now we need to put the bench around him.
Yep.
Also, I would love to see more of Isaiah Joe.
Hey, you're speaking my language, man.
But that's enough. That's it for me.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate the call from SC. Love it, man. Love it, man. Sixers fans repping all around. We have a $5 donation from Mr. 89. He says, I personally don't want KD. He got exposed. He's mentally weak. And if he has one bad game, it'll be fans versus KD, and enjoy your birthday. Thank you for that, man. Appreciate the birthday wishes. I would disagree with you in terms of wanting KD. I would want KD just given the talent level. I do agree that, the personality thing, the getting up in the air with the fans, that probably would happen a couple times. But I think the talent would overweigh it. Joel Embiid, Kevin Durant, that is something that has just really never been seen. And I think it would just be, unreal. I think it would be unreal, man. Just seeing that, that would break the NBA if it's not already broken. But I would love to see it, man. J Abs with the $5 donation. Appreciate that. Says the only way we can get KD is if we rehire Sam Hinkie as GM and let him do his thing. If there's one dude I know who can get KD for us, it's Sam Hinkie. Yeah, that's not happening. So it's Daryl Morey versus the world. I think Daryl Morey's being aggressive. He's trying to change things up a little bit. I like what he's doing. I see a lot of people still complaining about the PJ Tucker thing. Again, what is the alternative? There's not a lot of options out there. Now, the Harrison Barnes thing is interesting because I do agree with the caller from SC. We need a wing. We have had wings playing out of position for how many years now? We need a guy who can push the tempo, who can do kind of a little bit of everything. We do need to get quicker at that position. PJ Tucker's a nice addition, but he's not that. We do need that. We certainly need that. So, we'll have to wait and see. But in terms of a Tobias Harris trade, I think that could clear a lot up. And, there will be targets out there. They'll probably be on minimum options. Sixers will probably have to find kind of a fit. They'll have to find more of a fit. It might be a discounted option, but, you got to make things work how you can. 620 in the chat, guys. 230 on the like button. Hit that like, man. We should have 500 likes in here. Birthday stream. We'll be wrapping up in a little while. We'll get a couple more calls. A lot of people wanting to chime in on this stuff. Let's see. Excuse me. Michael Bridges is going to get a bag. Hey, Michael would have been the perfect player, man. Perfect player. Let's go to Anthony, 484. What's going on, Anthony?
Hey, what's going on, RB?
What's up, Anthony?
Nothing much. I just wanted to give a call because I think everyone needs to chill out a little bit. I was looking back, and I'm more of a numbers guy, and I look back at the last 4 years, right? And who won the championship? It was the Warriors, the Bucks, the Lakers, and then it was the Raptors. Each one of those teams only have one superstar besides the Lakers. I think getting more depth and just building on what we already have is the smartest way to go.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. I think for a while now we've tried the star power thing. We've tried different fits. It hasn't worked. And like you said, the game is kind of transitioning, right? Even look at the two teams in the finals this year, Celtics, Warriors. One thing they do is draft well, but like you said, they also develop young talent so that they can turn into the depth pieces. And I'm right there with you. You have to get a little bit lucky, but you have to find good fits. So yeah, I'm there with you, man.
I agree. I also think this is a little bit bold, but I think the Sixers being strapped a little bit with assets and picks, it actually helps them because we're notorious for going out and trying to get the big names that are either declining or, just not what they were. And nothing against Harden. I think he is a great piece for a championship team. But I think us being strapped with the team we have now, I think our team is good enough to win as long as we can just get role players to fill the role, to spread the floor for Embiid. I think just building around Embiid's the best way to go.
Yeah, I agree as long as they can stay healthy, which is a big question, but it's something you have to bank on. But yeah, I'm right there with you. I think that's really what Daryl Morey's trying to do, right? Even look at the DeAnthony Melton trade. He went out, kind of caught us all by the blind side, got a younger athletic player who not a lot of people know about too much because he's a bit younger, but rather than going out and trying to get another star, which was originally reported. So I think that's what he's trying to do, man.
Oh, yeah, I agree completely. And, I mean, watching DeAndre Melton in person, I go to most of the games, most of the Sixers games. So watching him in person, he can play. He can play, and people don't know that yet. But once he gets here, we're going to love him here.
Yeah, man, all about embracing opportunity. So hopefully he gets through it, man, and he becomes a solid piece for us. Appreciate the call, Anthony.
Yeah, thank you so much. Happy birthday, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that. We'll go one more caller. If you want to call into the show, 508-924-3784. We talked to PJ Tucker. We've talked about different options. That was a really good call, by the way. Shout out to Anthony. That's a good point. Maybe being restricted and having that pressure and having, that, okay, it's time to crunch down and go win, but not having the cap space or, the assets to go for another star. I realistically think a Tobias Harris trade could come. That's what I've been viewing and predicting, and I think that it is more likely now than ever. Because, like I said before, Daryl Morey cleaned up the Al Horford mess. He cleaned up the Ben Simmons mess. I think it's time for him to clean up the Tobias Harris mess. But if he doesn't, I still think we can win, like Anthony said. But you have to find some of these good pieces, maybe get them at a discount, maybe get them on an off year. And like the caller from SC said, TJ Warren, I think, is the perfect fit for this team. He's coming off a bad injury, and you're going to get him very cheap. But we remember what he did pre-injury, what he did to this Sixers team. I think he can play, man. I think he can play. So, and then if you add a guy like PJ Tucker, I mean, man, like PJ Tucker will help change some of the culture of this team. Just how I'm feeling about it. But let's go to the 267. 267. What's going on?
Yo, what's good, RB?
Hey, what's up?
MG Nas.
MG,
I just wanted to talk about the Nets completely imploding.
Hey, let's hear it, man.
Bro, it's laughable.
Oh, it is. It is. I've been having a field day today. I'm having a good time, man.
First off, it's your birthday and you get to see this, man. This is just what's so funny about this, man. Like, Ben Simmons gets traded there expecting to play with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, two all-world talents. And now his second best player is going to be what, Bruce Brown?
Hey,
Come on, dude.
Hey, MG, this is what he wanted, right?
Laughable.
He wanted his own team, right?
Hey, bro. He got to carry Bruce Brown now. He better hope Seth Curry want to come back and Andre Drummond.
Andre Drummond's gone.
Carrying Bruce Brown and whoever else, because they traded all their depth to get James Harden, just for James Harden to come to us where he really wanted to be the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is funny.
I mean, what was it? 4 first-round picks, 4 pick swaps. The second time they made a haul like that. Lost it all. I mean, and now they're going to lose Kyrie. Crazy.
Jared Allen. Oh, they had so much. Then they got rid of Dinwiddie after. Oh,
Dude,
come on.
They got rid of everybody. And the Brooklyn Nets, they're already having trouble getting people to go to games. I mean, next season is not going to be good for that team. It's really not. And it all shaped up how we predicted it, man. It's crazy. One of the craziest things I've ever seen.
Yeah, and forget the Nets now. That's just over. I just had to laugh at them. But we got to get PJ Tucker in the building, man. He is an absolute dog, bro.
Yep.
And the way he dogged us last year, I mean, even in the game we won in Game 3, where he was just being a complete menace to us, I was just like, dude, imagine this guy on our team.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine that guy doing these things in our crowd.
Oh, yeah.
Us cheering him on.
Dude, he would be a perfect Philly guy. Now, there would be nights, in January where we're pissed off at PJ because he goes 0 for 8. But come playoff time, he's going to bring that intensity, man. And you know what the craziest thing about PJ Tucker that I saw in this playoffs? It was how well he guarded James Harden. He did not look 37 to me.
Yep.
He did not look 37 to me. He was out there pressing the issue, making James Harden pass up every shot attempt. It was crazy. He would be a dog on this team, man.
Yep. Even the game that James Harden went ballistics, even that game, Harden, it was all contested. Harden had to really work for that 32-point performance that night. Yeah. It's like, I want that guy on our team, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I just want him on our team.
Uh-huh.
And then lastly, we got to make a decision. Paul Reed's the backup 5, or we got to go get a true backup 5. I'm tired of Millsap, DeAndre Jordan, these old, actually washed up, big men who were all-stars in 2012. I want you either commit to Paul Reed or you get a good backup 5.
Yeah. I think Morey's looking into some options, man. But MG, I appreciate the call, my man. Stellar call.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it, man. Great call to end us off, man. Great call. Shout out to all the callers. You guys have been fantastic. As always, we still have almost 600 in the chat. Almost 600 in the chat, man. Couple announcements. One's good, one's iffy, all right? One of them, well, the good one I can't even announce yet, so I'm sorry. But just know some good things are coming to this channel, man. Good things coming. And that is a testament to your support and you guys just constantly showing love, supporting the channel. Once again, Instagram, @PhillyTakeWithRB. Follow me on Twitter, @RBPhillyTake. You guys showing love on all the platforms, pushing this content out. That means the most, man. And just allowing us to expand this content. We have some good things coming. I promise you that. We are taking another leap, and it's crazy. It comes at this time. Like it's another year, man. Another year. Give us a year, man. We're going to take this to a new level. But the iffy thing, guys, and let's just say free agency begins this week on June 30th at 6 p.m. Now, it's not the official free agency. That will be on July 5th or 6th, I believe. But, that day where Woj goes crazy and he doesn't look away from his phone and they're just reporting all the deals, I will not be able to cover that day. The last couple years, the free agency has begun on August 1st. I thought that it was going to be the same timeline this year. I planned a vacation in advance, so I won't be here. I'm going away, man. Birthday vacation, all right? I might drop a few reaction videos, but when I get back, we're going to do a combined free agency stream. It'll be the day before the free agency actually kicks off, and we'll talk about it all. So I will not be here to cover the first initial day where everything goes nuts. But, what I need you guys to keep doing is supporting the channel, keep showing love, man. And just pushing out this content, hitting that like button for your boy. It helps tremendously. Just these shows like this, you guys calling in, giving your takes. It's a lot of fun, man. Like I said, we're trying to bring that consistent coverage. Where else are you getting this type of coverage? There's a lot of talks lately about this new media thing. If you saw the beef with Draymond, a lot of stuff going on. But what I know is that I'm trying to be here bringing you the best coverage possible. And you guys make that happen every day. So I appreciate it, man. Still 500 in here. If you have not yet, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, be sure to ring the bell. We're on the road to 24K. And, if you're watching this on the second time around, shout out to you. I hope you can make the next live stream. We'll probably go live tomorrow. We'll probably run it back tomorrow. We have some things to talk about. What's the move that puts us over the top? We'll talk about that tomorrow for sure. For sure, man. Superhero, exactly, man. Exactly. Much needed vacation. It's been a grind. But, yo, appreciate everybody coming through today. We talked PJ Tucker. We talked the implosion of the Brooklyn Nets. What a birthday present, man. I'm having a day, having a field day. If you guys are not yet, man, go follow me on Twitter, all right? Follow me on Twitter. We'll talk more over there, all right? At RB Philly Take. You know what to do, man. You know what to do. Appreciate everybody coming through today. I'm going to go eat some birthday cake. Have a good time. Once again, Philly Take with RB. Hit that like button, guys. Subscribe. Drop a comment. Shout out to all the callers. We'll keep getting some consistent callers and keep calling into the show. Appreciate everybody. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be doing our thing. The Sixers won the trade. Shout out to everybody, man. You guys have a great rest of your Monday and a great week. And as always, we'll be back. You guys have a great night, man. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.